Have you got your smiles on? I got mine on my mask and underneath it too. Welcome to 2021. What a year it was. I'm speaking to you now from in front of our brand new dedicated outdoor space where we could do group fitness classes and all sorts of other activities outside in a well-ventilated and safe area. And by the way, I'm Jesse Unkenholtz. I'm the president of the board of the JCC for 2020 and 2021. And I'm here to talk to you about some of the great stuff that happened last year and the great things that we have coming up in 2021. It feels like 20 years since I spoke to you last year in the auditorium here at the JCC and talked to you about all the great things that were going to happen in 2020. Little did we know what 2020 was really going to throw at us. But how much more proud could you be of our members, our staff, our board directors, and our officers with how we've responded to the challenges that 2020 has thrown at us? We pivoted on every front to change our programming, to change the way we did stuff, to change the way we delivered services, to keep operations not only going strong, but improving throughout 2020. It's given us the opportunity to do things like this courtyard behind us, making capital improvements into this facility to really address the needs of our members in our community. I think it's important as we go into 2021 to stop and pause and think about all the great things we did in 2020. Even with the economic constraints that COVID put on us, the LJCC has paid down a significant amount of its debt that has plagued us for decades. We also have distributed hundreds of thousands of pounds of food for free to families in need, also providing childcare and obtaining hundreds of thousands of dollars in grants to support our community efforts programs. In 2020, through fundraising efforts through our community and grants from other organizations, the LJCC raised more money than it has ever raised in my time on the board, and it's been about 10 years.
I am Hilton Berger, and I have the honor of serving as the treasurer of the LJCC, and we're sitting outside near the pool of the JCC. I'd like to start by thanking the members of the Finance Committee and the leadership team of the LJC, Samantha Dobrinsky-Clayton, Maureen Scardino, and Doug Hokert, for their commitment and support to the LJCC. The management team, along with our auditors Dent Moses and in particular James Moody, have helped us navigate and manage during unprecedented times. In our 2018 audit, there was some need for improvement with various internal controls, and those were implemented by Maureen Scardino, our finance director. I am pleased to advise that the LJCC's 2019 audit was finalized in October 2020 and issued with a clean opinion. Early into COVID-19, we reforecast the 2020 budget, and the LJCC management team have maintained strict adherence to the reforecasted budget. Our membership dues reduced from March to September 2020 to 82% of original forecasted dues, and with the forecasted end of summer drop-off, the numbers were within the forecasted budget. Initially, during COVID, ECLC was only open for children or first responders, and we are now back to 75% of our capacity. The management team of the LJCC continues to maintain its community service and mission, and members and donors have recognized the service and have continued to contribute to the LJCC to help support these community efforts. The management team has worked hard to continue to maintain and also find ways to increase revenue, such as programs to serve the new needs that have arisen because of COVID. The LJCC received Payment Protection Program funds, which allowed the J to unfurlough over 130 employees. The JCC has worked very closely with Dent Moses and will receive full forgiveness of those dollars. We continue to work with Dent Moses to pursue the next round of PPP funding. Despite the pandemic, during 2020, the LJCC paid down 23% of its debt. The LJC has been able to reduce its debt in 2020 by $300,000. The Finances Committee has met through Zoom once a month, and I cannot thank the members of the Finance Committee enough for their support and help during 2020. Despite the challenges and tragedies of COVID-19, our financial future in 2021 is manageable, and we will work towards full financial recovery into 2021 and 2022. We are grateful and thankful to the members of the LJCC, the incredible support from donors and the various funding organizations like the Birmingham Jewish Federation, the Birmingham Jewish Foundation, the United Way of Central Alabama, who recognize the importance of the LJCC to the Birmingham community and have continued to provide financial support and assistance. Thank you all.
There's a lot to be excited about going into 2021. As 2020 taught us, plans are good, but the year might throw crazy things at you. And we have come up with a great plan going into 2021 that we will continue to double down on our efforts to increase our programming and the services we offer to our members in the broader community while continuing to retain financial discipline and hopefully continue to pay down that debt that's been plaguing us so long so that we can continue to make capital investments in our facilities, in our staff, and in our programming, like the courtyard behind us, like the great staff that you might have met over the last couple of months who have come into this place and really shaken it up and taken the challenges that 2020 and 2021 will throw at us and turn them into opportunities to show who we are and what we can do when we work together and try to accomplish great things.
Well, my name is Lillian Cole, and my involvement here at the JCC is a little bit of everything. I started out as just a basic fitness instructor back in 2017, and from there I started working with the membership team and then became the group fitness coordinator. And now, as of August 2020, I'm the administrative assistant for the Early Childhood Learning Center. And I still teach fitness classes as well on the side. Before the pandemic, I taught 15 classes a week at 5 different locations. And group fitness is just that. Group fitness is a community in itself, regardless of if I'm here at the J or I'm somewhere else. It's about community. It's about forming a family. You build relationships with people that you never, would have run into had it not been for the same platform of fitness. At the end of the day, it's how did y'all meet? Fitness, and you form relationships and you form community and you form family. And even when I think to, again, I didn't become an instructor to help myself, but I guess I did. But there's a lot of relationships that I've formed being being a fitness instructor. When it came around to the holidays, my students are just pouring and pouring and pouring. And it's like, whoa, wait, this is not something that I was expecting. But again, when you think about a family, you're celebrating birthdays, you're celebrating holidays, you're celebrating babies being born, you're celebrating graduation. Like, it's literally the two in itself. But the one thing I can say is the difference between some of the other places that I work versus the J. Two of the places were corporate locations, and it was people who are at work, they come in to work out and they got to go back to work. So it wasn't really a lot of camaraderie between the instructors because it was like in and out. But being here teaching multiple classes, you get used to the people that you see. So then you form those relationships and you form those bonds. So I think here at the Jewish Community Center, it's love. And the slogan that we have, community is our middle name. So it's all about community. It's all about helping, regardless of your race, your color, your creed, your religion. Because people, when they find out that I work here and I teach here, they're like, but you're not Jewish. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's open to any and everybody. I'm just grateful to be here. Like I said, before the pandemic, I taught 15 classes a week at 5 different locations. Guess what? 4 of those locations have not reopened. So I'm just grateful for Sam. I know she is gone to bigger and better things, but I'm grateful to Sam for even seeing the potential and seeing what I can offer this business, this organization to make it better, to help it to grow. And I can't wait to see what the future has for all of us.
While fitness has always been a large part of what we do here at the JCC, membership is so much more than fitness. And like I talked about before, membership of the JCC is about being part of the JCC family and being part of that large community effort that shows that with a little work from a lot of us, we can make an outsized impact than what any of us can do by ourselves. As you look forward into 2021 and what membership means for you, keep that in mind, that the JCC is a platform for this community and community relief efforts that are going to be desperately needed as we continue to battle through COVID and all the other changes that the 2020s are going to bring to us.
My name is Marissa Grayson, and I am an executive committee member for the JCC. I also serve as chair of the parent council for the Cone ECLC. So the JCC has been a second home to me and my family ever since I had a child 6.5 years ago, and we started at the Cone ECLC. This year especially, it has been a home away from home. It has been our safe home away from home, and one of the only places my family has felt comfortable really coming and still get a sense of community. To me, the JCC is so much more than just a fitness facility or a preschool. It really is this community that you can't find anywhere else. And so I've been really fortunate that my children have been able to safely participate in several activities over the last year. My daughter has been able to attend preschool, and despite being very nervous about the pandemic, I haven't been nervous about trusting my child with this school. Our administrators and our teachers have been so wonderful. Whether it was when my daughter was home at the beginning of all of this and they were having us come pick up challah or doing an outside Shabbat safely by our cars, or filming books being read, or it was her coming here every day and me dropping her off without being able to go in the building and still get a sense of what was going on with her every day. My family and I spent a lot of time at the pool this summer. My daughter was able to do safe outside swim lessons, and my son was able to participate in swim team. And this summer, the only two forms of normalcy my son really had was swim team, which he had done in the past, and tennis. And that is really another area where my family has really benefited over the last year from the JCC. I have spent a lot of time on the tennis courts here, especially this year, not only for physical health reasons, but mental health reasons. And knowing that I could come and relax and be with a great instructor and safely participate in an outdoor activity has been wonderful. And my son has really taken advantage of that in both group lessons and individual lessons. As a community, we often talk to each other and we talk about what works and we talk about what we need. And I was really impressed when I reached out to employees at the JCC and said, I'd really love to see us still have basketball, but in a safe way for the children. And my son is participating currently in outdoor basketball, something that many of his friends are doing other places and I wasn't comfortable doing. But the JCC found a way to ensure that kids could still continue to be kids, and we could continue to enjoy the things we love and find opportunities for normalcy. And within a community, with instructors I know and know my kids' names and know all about them and really care about them and want to provide for them. And that just hasn't been solely focused on kids. I've participated in several Zoom events that I otherwise probably wouldn't have done, but that the J advertised them and put them together. My family is very proud to have participated in the first Fam Jam, and my kids are already talking about when the next one will be, and to be able to safely come outside with other people and do things I haven't done in decades, like a 3-legged race with my husband, just like really allowed us to laugh and smile in ways that we often forget to during this time. And so I'm sure there are other ways I can think of that my family has really benefited from the J, but overall, having a safe place to be, getting my kids by the pool almost every day this summer, my daughter's still in school, everyone's really helped keep us sane and happy. So in 2021, I am looking forward to being able to do a lot of the things at the J that we've continued to do. Obviously, I miss being in the gym. I personally haven't felt comfortable, so I'd love to go back there. But to continue to serve this community and be part of the community. So I look forward to a vibrant pool scene this summer. I'm already thinking about camp for my son. School continuing for my daughter, and hopefully them getting to swim outside and be kids and enjoy. We have such a great facility here, and that there's so much we can be doing outside that even if we're at a point where we're not comfortable being back indoors, we can do a lot here in 2021. I also look forward to celebrating the growth at the J. I'm very proud that in a time where so many others struggle to find their identity, the J has really been strong. I'm so glad that outside community members have seen the work that the JCC is doing, the mouths that they've fed, the people they've helped clothe, the challahs that have gone home with people. These are things I'm really proud of, and so I'm looking forward to watching the JCC continue to do those things in 2021 and continue to identify itself both within the Jewish community and the Birmingham community.
You might not know this, but the LJCC started with a blank piece of paper and came up with a COVID plan that was safe, but also continued programs that our community desperately needed. That plan got shared with the United Way of Central Alabama, the YMCA of Central Alabama, and the JCC Association based in New York City, and became the plan that got distributed not only to nonprofits all over northern and central Alabama, but JCCs nationwide. That put the LJCC on the national map. It is no surprise that our executive director, Sam Dobrinsky, got national recognition through all these efforts. As you know, our executive director, Samantha Dobrinsky, has gotten a great opportunity at another JCC in Massachusetts, and we are so proud of what she's been able to accomplish, the splash that she has made on the national scene. It's no accident that Sam was being given offers for jobs like that one because of what she was able to do here. We're really excited about moving forward with new executive director in 2021 with all of the changes that have been made under Sam's leadership that we will continue running with in terms of staff culture, in terms of membership culture, in terms of what it is the JCC is and what it does for this community.
On behalf of my family, and I think I can speak for the board, I just want to say thank you to all of the staff at the JCC for their commitment, for their love, for being a face, being around, and being so supportive during this time. I've tried to tell the teachers and the administrators at Cone ECLC how much they've meant to me and others. The fact that I can keep my job, that my kids are happy and they're excited to go to school, it means so much that they've kept us safe and created this normalcy that's important. But that thank you extends beyond the preschool staff and really goes to everyone, whether they're keeping us safe on the facilities, keeping the grounds clean, organized, finding new space for group fitness to happen and other activities, making sure that camps can happen, that people who need somewhere for their kids to be during the school time can be there, that the finances are kept up with, and that we're a proud face in the community. So I just want to say thank you for all y'all do and look forward to seeing your faces in 2021.
So I'm going to wrap up here and get back to my quarantine at home. But before I do, I really want to say thank you again. First, to my fellow board members. This year threw a lot at us, and we really had no template for how to navigate through it. And y'all have been flexible, you've been dedicated, you've really shown that you care about this place and about this community. I want to thank our staff. Our staff has outperformed, I think, any nonprofit staff that I know of in our community, in our state, in the whole country. What our staff at this JCC has been able to accomplish and the turnaround that they've been able to do in the last 9 months, even with all the challenges of COVID, has been nothing short of a miracle. And finally, I want to thank our members. Most institutions that rely on membership through COVID have seen just a flat out complete erosion of membership and engagement. But our members at this JCC have hung with us, have remained engaged, have continued to come to this campus, have continued to participate in virtual programs when they don't feel comfortable coming on campus, and have continued to support this institution and what it does for our community. And we cannot be more thankful for what you members have done to keep this place the great place that it is and to help it grow through this challenging time and into our future.